Hi, my name is Amber LeBlanc. I'm the news director at Six City News in Toronto, and in charge of all the hiring here. I was 20. I was doing, I went to Fanshawe College and I did an internship in Windsor, Ontario, and it was over Christmas, and then after my first week I got hired on to do some Christmas help, and then I went back there after I graduated. Energy, I think, is really key because it's not an easy business. You know, everyone that comes into Six City News starts on the overnights. So it's really important to have the passion and the energy to be able to do that, because it's grueling physically. But if you're really passionate about it, like, that's how you grow as a journalist, and that's how you get better, and that's kind of your entry point in the Toronto market. So energy and passion and the willingness to learn and to improve and to spend the time in the chair improving your writing and anchoring and reading and reporting. It's all a process. Like, it doesn't come all at once. So I would say patience is probably another good quality to have. I definitely look for people that love 680 News, right? So I get a lot of applications, but I get very few cover letters. So one really key thing, I think, is when you're coming out of school and you don't have a lot of experience, I would include a cover letter. Find out who the hiring manager is, or the news director or program director, and write them a letter saying, this is who I am, this is why I want to work for you. You know, speak from the heart, because if you have no experience and you also don't put a cover letter, then I have no insight into why you want to work for me or what you're all about. So that cover letter is an opportunity for you to show a little bit about yourself, show that you have the energy and the enthusiasm and love for the brand, and then at least I'd love to meet with you. You know, I've met with people based on a cover letter before and having no experience, because I think they look like they're really passionate, and part of being in this newsroom especially is just being a good person. So if you're a good person and you've got talent, then it's a good thing. I would say you really have to kind of figure out where you want to go. You know, if you want to do a lot of digital stuff, you know, maybe going to the CBC, you know, where the digital presence is so huge, would be good. If you want to be a news reporter, I would actually probably go to a smaller station where you would have the opportunity to go out to more things. If you want to be a news editor behind the scenes, something like 680 News or an all-news radio station would be good, because that's what a lot of it is people working behind the scenes to build a constant stream of newscasts. And then if you want to work for print, you know, a magazine or, you know, a newspaper, a digital publication of some sort, you know, I think just having a small idea of what you want to do, and that will do it. You know, some people, there have been a couple people that have come into 680 and they're like, well, and they're not really happy because, you know, they're like, oh, I actually want to be a camera person or something. It's like, well, that's not a fit, right? So just, if you have a slight idea of what you're good at and you really want to work on, then you got to tailor it to that, because one internship doesn't fit all. I would say, you know, speak from the heart, you know, and, you know, no form letters, you know, like, you can tell if, you know, on a cover letter, you've just changed the name and then you have the same form cover letter, you know, that's not going to cut through. I would say, you know, authenticity in this world where there are bots and everything has a filter on it, authenticity will always shine through. And that's what I think employers want. I think it's what you want in a friend and in an employee. So just try to be your authentic self and you'll find the right job. It'll be the right fit. You know, if you try to put on airs or change who you are for a job, then it's probably not the right job. You know, you be yourself, just try your best, be real, and, you know, you'll find something. You know, that's an interesting question. I would say one thing is to try to network as much as possible. And I personally don't like networking either, but you know, it's really easy nowadays to not have conversations with people, right? You do everything via text, you send someone a DM, that's it. So, you know, if there are events where there is a networking opportunity, you know, especially for women to get out there and to meet other women and to have conversations with them, that is key, you know, because you're not only going to meet people that could help you in your career, you could maybe meet a new mentor who could help you, and you're also going to work on having communication, like real communication and conversations with people. So I think that's something that we should all do, myself included, to try to work on that, because I think that is kind of a lost art nowadays, is, you know, just having normal conversations with people. I do. I think the media is, there are some issues, you know, with the economy. The media is very dependent on advertising revenue. So when that shrinks, there's a danger of, you know, then jobs are at risk. But I think that for people coming up through the programs now, it's just important to really be a triple, quadruple threat, you know, just coming out of the gate, knowing that they can write, shoot, being able to shoot, edit, you know, do social media, do reports, like on-air reports. Like, it's, you know, I feel quite badly for these, you know, for students, because, you know, there are fewer jobs and you're asked to do more. But if you are this well-rounded person that can do that kind of thing, especially the digital skills, like that's the future, right? So if you have those digital skills, you have a much better chance. So it is difficult, but you know, the people that are coming up now are just inherent multitaskers, you know, like you're just so naturally do so many things at once. It's less of a challenge than people that are a little bit older from a different generation. So I would say just try to multitask as much as possible. Keep your options open, you know, learn a little bit about all the different mediums, because they're all intertwined. You know, like you can't work at the Toronto Star without doing a digital element. You know, you can't work at 680 News without doing something for City TV, right? Everything's intertwined. So just try to be conversant and knowledgeable in those different areas, and then I think you're going to be okay, especially digital.